Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Francesca. First of all, I just want to thank you guys so much because we hit 1k last week, and so that was so nice. And I know numbers don't mean anything, and also it's really not a lot in comparison to like obviously so many bigger channels out there, but it was a goal of mine for this year, so it's so nice to actually hit that. And I couldn't imagine sitting in front of 1,000 people and speaking to them, so it just means a lot that 1,000 people would want to subscribe to my channel. So thank you guys so much. For today's video, I basically did a 21-day challenge of meditation. And okay, it feels like it's been a week since it ended, but it feels like it's been a year because I swear everything in quarantine just, it's going so fast but so slow. Like all the days are just blurring into one. But I did try 21 days of meditating every day. I didn't manage to meditate every single day because it is so difficult from going from not doing it regularly at all to then doing it every day. But I think I only missed maybe 4 days. I kept track of it in my journal, and then I was writing down my thoughts on meditating as I went along. At the end of this video, I'm going to sit down and explain to you my experience. Does meditation work? Is it overrated? Is it overhyped? Will it actually make me feel good today in the moment? Will it benefit my mental health? All these questions. Now, I've meditated before. It's not my first time trying meditation or anything, but it's my first time trying to do it consistently every day. Or every time I've tried before, I failed, and I just thought, you know what? I've literally got no excuse. Like, I can't possibly be too busy because I can't leave my house. So I thought I would try it. Plus, it's also trickier now navigating mental health, and obviously meditation really helps with that. So I wanted to try it. I vlogged the whole thing, so we're just gonna roll on into that vlog footage, and I'll see you guys later, I guess, to discuss, you know, how I actually felt about meditation, whether I think it is something I would build into my everyday routine, etc, etc. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you aren't already, and I'll see you guys in a bit. I think it's making me deal with everything so much better, and I'm not as, I don't know what the word is, but I'm not as, I don't want to say emotional, but reactive maybe than I feel like I have been in the past, or maybe would be, especially considering the circumstances. So I hope this video doesn't end up being too all over the place, but I know I'm not going to update you guys every day. I want to meditate before I go downstairs to eat breakfast and start the day, because I have some classes online today, which is crazy, and I still have to revise for exams and stuff. I don't know, like this whole situation is stressing me out, and I'm just worried about certain people, and so I just want a quick meditation to chill. And I feel like these meditations have really been helping me keep my head on straight and just not stress out too much. So if you haven't tried meditation and you're looking for something to help calm your nerves or calm your anxiety, I really would recommend it. Okay, so I've literally just got my laptop here, and I'm using the Honest Guys 5-minute stress relief guided meditation. It's super quick and easy. It's literally 5 minutes, but I wanted to try 5 minutes because yesterday when I was meditating, I ended up getting really bored, which happens I think when you don't do it for ages, because it used to happen to me, and then I was in such a habit of doing it every day that I could literally meditate for half an hour and be fine. So I thought I would just start off with 5 minutes, and I might end up doing another one later in the day. Yeah, I purposely haven't scrolled through social media either, so I think 5 minutes so far will be okay. Okay, so that was really nice, but I do think it is so much harder to quiet your mind when you're feeling tired or stressed, to be honest. But I actually really recommend that meditation. I'll have it linked in the description box down below. It was only 5 minutes, and I just feel like the words he said were really reassuring and affirming. I would definitely take this meditation into any situation in life, and not just under current circumstances as well, which is really nice. So I'll have it linked down below, and I use a lot of their videos anyway. They literally have 933,000 subscribers, so I feel like those numbers say a lot about how good they are. And yeah, I'll check it with day 7, I think, or maybe 8. And today I'm going to be doing the 10-minute chakra meditation on the channel Live the Life You Love, and I use their affirmations all the time. I found their channel, I think, when I first went to uni, so I've never tried one of their meditations, so hopefully it's good. It's 528 hertz, so it's supposed to be really good for you and really calming. I don't know, I think it's just like a particular frequency that just resonates so well with the human body. I'll insert some kind of information or something in here now so you kind of know more about it, because I feel like I should probably look into it as well. I love that meditation so much. I think that's the best one I've done throughout this whole challenge so far. I'm not sure if I've ever done a chakra meditation. I'm trying to think. I think maybe once before, but it's definitely not something that I usually do. Like normally I just do meditation for anxiety or something. That was so nice because it was so focused on energy rather than affirmations. So I feel like it really brought me into my body rather than staying in my mind. So I found it a lot easier to focus. Like obviously my mind still wandered off, but I felt like I was really listening to my body, and it really made me feel more alive and peaceful than I usually do. And I think that was one of my aims with this meditation challenge, I guess, because I think being in London, A-levels, and I went through a breakup at the start of 2019, even at the end of 2018, I just feel like I became so disconnected from my body and what it felt like to be alive almost, and like living in my body. I feel like for the past year and a half I've been living completely in my head, which I'm just starting to realize. So it's crazy, all of these emotions and feelings and stuff, and so it's getting really hard for me, I think, to just connect. And I think when I started doing yoga at uni, that was definitely a sign that I needed to connect. And now that I'm home and I'm really trying to take this as an opportunity to ground myself, because I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I can do that. Basically, I feel like a lot of tension has been showing up in my body since the end of 2018. I started grinding my teeth during A-levels and it kind of stopped. I would get jaw pain a little bit, like especially when I chewed gum and stuff, which I know is like a physical thing anyway, and it's really bad for your jaw. I think maybe 2 days ago I was scared I was getting an ear infection because my ear started really hurting. And I don't know if you can tell that I'm speaking funny, but basically I've gotten, the TMJ is the joint here at your jaw, and I don't think it's the joint itself, it's all these muscles in my face here just on my right hand side are so tense that they hurt so much. They're also making the bone in my ear really painful. Basically it's really hard for me to open my jaw. Like I can't smile or yawn, and speaking is really difficult if I'm talking a bit strange or acting a bit strange, that is why. But I feel like signs like that, a lot of tension in my shoulders, be more aware of my posture and just getting into my body. And I'm really trying to just like feed myself and nourish myself, and I feel like this isn't something I spoke about to this extent on my channel yet, and I didn't know it was all going to come out this morning. I've literally woke up, had a coffee, done my morning reading, as you guys have seen in my morning routine video. I just wanted to sit down and meditate before I even had breakfast, and so I just feel like it's all coming out because I've not even gotten ready for the day or anything. And so I'm just really trying to connect, I guess, actually taking advantage of this time to connect, hence the meditation challenge. And I guess the whole point of this was just that meditation, really. I felt like it was the first one throughout this whole week that has made me connect to my body. So I might try and do more meditations like that in the future. And I think if you are in a similar situation to me and you feel that way, maybe try a chakra meditation, because that was so good. I think the reason I've been struggling to concentrate and focus so far during this challenge is because they've all been in the mind. For me, I guess if it's in the mind, I try and think myself out of the situation. So if I'm not focusing, I try and think myself back into focusing rather than just settling into my body and just becoming aware. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated on how the challenge is going. Okay, so I just got off from a online lecture on Zoom all about environmental security, and I feel so anxious. To be fair, she wasn't like completely negative, like the way she framed it was really good. I don't know, I definitely think now would be a good time to do a quick meditation. Obviously that's made me feel really anxious, but I have so much respect for the lecturer who came on as well, considering like the circumstances. And we all hopped on like a Zoom lecture, and she's worked her whole life in environmental policy and working with the UN and trying to create strong multilateral agreements between countries. So I'm gonna do my meditation now and I'll let you guys know if it helped. It's really frustrating me because I feel like I'm failing at this whole meditation thing, because every time I try and sit down and meditate, I'm just so distracted and it's so uncomfortable and I just want to stop. And I know that that's all part of the process and that a lot of people feel that way as well. I don't know, it's kind of like frustrating me, and I think just with everything going on, I need to change my approach to meditation as a form of self-care and not try and make it so much as a goal or something to be good at. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that right now, but I want to persevere and I want to try, because I find that when it works, it is so helpful. I don't want to put so much pressure on myself to be perfect, and as long as I'm showing up and just trying, then I guess that can be enough for now, and that can be okay too. Hey guys, so today is day 17, I think, of the challenge, which means I have less than a week left, which is super cool and exciting that I've only missed 2 days, I think. I don't know, it makes me really proud that I was actually able to be disciplined enough to get this far. I did try doing this challenge in the summer and just completely failed. Like, I just did not have the will or the discipline. But I think everything that's happening in the world right now has kind of just emphasized to me the importance of taking care of my brain, my body, and my mind, and my spirit. I don't know, I guess it's made me see meditation not as a task and not as something that I have to fulfill, but it's actually something I do to take care of myself and to make sure that my emotions are settled and they're not affecting my relationships and the things that I need to do. But I don't think it's necessarily like change my life or who I am or anything like that. I wasn't really expecting it to. I mean, I know I have like a few days left. I think it's just been more like an exercise in keeping a promise to myself and knowing that every day I'm sitting down and doing something just for me. And also it is really nice actually just settling into the present moment, and it's not really something that I've truly appreciated before. Even when I've meditated in the past, I don't think I've had this same relationship with meditation that I feel like I'm developing now because of this challenge. And meditation has been something that I've been meaning to do more and more for ages and just haven't got myself to do it. So this challenge really has been a great way to do that. So if you guys are thinking of doing something like this, especially during quarantine, I really recommend it. It's been insightful to say the least. And I'm going to talk about the different kinds of meditations that I've done. If you guys are familiar with meditation and the guided meditations on YouTube, you'll know that there are meditations for everything: for stress, anxiety, heartbreak, loneliness, visualization meditations, manifestation ones, etc. So I've been trying like loads of different themes. Today I'm going to be doing a gratitude meditation because especially in times like this, I think gratitude is so important. Tried a few different ones, seeing what fits with me personally and what doesn't, and it definitely depends what you're going through and what is most relevant to you. But for having someone guide you through your emotions in a particular area has actually been really nice and helpful and comforting. So yeah, I'm about to meditate now. Today I've just chosen a 15-minute gratitude meditation, and if I find one in the morning that I like, if I'm just scrolling through YouTube, I'll just keep the tab open all day, so it's just saved there nice and ready for me to go and just start it when I feel like I want to. So honestly, I'm kind of falling asleep halfway through that meditation, and it's quite a long one, and I fell asleep and I woke myself up because my head rolled. Falling asleep during meditation is completely normal, really relaxing for some people, and I think it just genuinely means that you're tired, which I know I am because I've not had great sleep. So I'm just gonna leave it there, and I'm just gonna take that as permission to have a nap, and sometimes that's just how it is. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog footage. There wasn't that much because like my brain was a bit all over the place, filming weekly videos, editing, meditating every day, and then like tracking it all on top of doing uni assignments. Like it was a lot. But now I'm going to share with you my thoughts and feelings on daily meditation, whether I think it helped my mental health or it was just like a nice added extra. Basically the question I was wanting to answer was, how much does meditation improve my daily life? Is it something that I should be investing more of my time into? So obviously you've kind of seen my thought processes throughout the challenge, but I wanted to sit down now in more detail to just give you guys an overview with the perspective, having actually completed the 21-day challenge. You guys saw in the beginning, I found it so difficult to concentrate, and I think for a lot of people they get disheartened and feel like meditation isn't for them because they also experience that, or sometimes people may blame themselves and think they can't do it. Meditation isn't really something that you can or can't do. Literally all about learning to become more present and just be aware of your thoughts. So completely natural to have thoughts, especially if you're experiencing anxiety or you're going through a situation, which we kind of all are at the moment. It's so normal to be worried about things like this. It can get really overwhelming. I feel like at the beginning, having meditated before, I was kind of putting pressure on myself without realizing to be able to, you know, sit for even 10 minutes and just feel completely present and mindful, when in reality, my thoughts were all over the place. I was thinking about all the things I needed to do, all the things I hadn't got to do at uni, all the things I wish I could have done and was missing out on. I was thinking about the past, I was thinking about relationships, literally anything that goes on in daily life I was thinking about, which is so completely normal. But I did find that the more I meditated, the more I was able to actually connect to the present and just become aware. I was thinking the thoughts, but they weren't my thoughts. Eckhart Tolle speaks about this in The Power of Now. This awareness that you are not the thinker, if that makes sense. You are the awareness that is aware of the thinker. I know that sounds a bit like when you actually feel that way, it makes sense. That can be really difficult to cultivate, especially if you try and think your way there. I noticed that a lot of the time I was trying to think my way into not thinking. I would be thinking things and then in my head I would just think, come on Francesca, don't think about that. That was still thinking. It doesn't really work like that. And I think this is one point about doing guided meditations on YouTube. Because they're speaking to you, I think sometimes they're actually stimulating your brain and your thought patterns, especially when they're gratitude meditations and stuff. And I think that can be so useful for cultivating a feeling of gratitude, or forgiveness meditations if you need to forgive somebody. It can be really great for certain purposes, which is one thing that I really like about guided meditations, and is another reason why I would continue doing them in the future, is that that they can really serve a great purpose for working through any inner struggles that you have or issues that you're dealing with. It is really useful. But in terms of overthinking and anxiety, for me, guided meditations weren't as effective as just simply connecting to my breath, which people also class as meditation, so it depends how you're doing it. And I think that's something that people don't speak about, is that there are different ways to meditate, and you don't need to be sat with your legs crossed and your arms out and like eyes closed listening to 528 hertz music. Meditation literally can just be you sat on your bed counting your breaths and bringing yourself into the present moment. Counts as meditation. So please don't put so much pressure on yourself to make it something that you're good at. Obviously that's not the whole point. It's no competition, and what really counts is that you're spending that quality time with yourself. And I think it's an act of self-care, and it's looking after yourself and nurturing not only your body but your actual soul and your spirit, which I think people often overlook when it comes to self-care. You can slap on a face mask and call that self-care, but if you're not taking the time to actually look inside, it's just as important to care for your emotional and spiritual self. And I definitely thought meditation was a good way to do that. One kind of meditation that I did really like was a chakra meditation, which I spoke about, but I 100% want to do those more because I actually felt like it connected me to my body. Because I'm not going to explain what chakras are because I don't think I would do a good job, but they're basically energy centers in your body, and so you focus on different areas of your body and bringing positive energy to them. And I think that made me really present of my body and really brought me into myself. So if you've never tried a chakra meditation, then I would recommend that. There's no harm in trying it out and see if you like it. And then to go along with the overthinking and not feeling like I was good at meditation, I definitely also fell asleep a few times too. I think that goes along with really just listening to your body. And if you're meditating and you're falling asleep, I guess that means that you're relaxed, which is a good thing. It means you're not feeling super anxious and alert. I've literally done a meditation and just stopped halfway through and then had a nap because I was falling asleep. And there's no point trying to force yourself through it if you're falling asleep. I think the important thing is that you're showing up for yourself. So I just wanted to put that out there about comparisons and judgment and stuff, because really that isn't what meditation is about. So if that puts you off meditating, then don't worry about it and just know that it's completely normal to still be overthinking. Sometimes it really didn't make me feel better, and I think I knew that if I meditated, didn't feel better afterwards, then I really needed to have a self-care day that day, and I really needed to be looking after myself and be aware of the kinds of things that I was watching and absorbing. I have found that it's so much easier to be present throughout the day, which is what I wanted really from the challenge. So in short, I would say that it helped. Like, it could just be the fact that because I was doing a 21-day challenge, I was thinking about the fact that I was doing a challenge, so it then reminded me to be present rather than the actual meditations themselves. But they definitely played a role, and I think that was really nice. Being stuck home with your family can get really difficult when you're all on top of each other all the time and the only people you see are each other. Being able to stay present and take deep breaths, not be reactive and rather just respond, it is the best remedy for an argument. It stops them completely, because you can't argue with someone who's completely present in the moment and has no interest in arguing. And it's so much easier said than done, but I really felt like meditation helped with that. In the past as well, I felt like meditations have really released some emotions. I've definitely cried during some meditations or after. I think in a good way. I think it really can help you process how you feel about something, simply because I think it actually gives you the space to feel that. I think so often we feel emotions that we're scared of feeling because it hurts, and so we run away from it, we distract ourselves, we will try and do anything to not feel that. And I think that actually perpetuates that feeling and that emotion, and it makes it a lot more difficult for us to move through it because we're constantly pushing it away. So for me, meditation has been a way to deal with some stuff in the past that I haven't necessarily dealt with yet, and also like current events. So yeah, I think following this challenge, I'd like to take those little moments of presence into my life more and be able to continue to cultivate that feeling of presence. Generally, I've been quite calm at home, but I can think of instances where if I had just gone and done a meditation for 10 minutes, it really would have helped me calm down, or it really would have just like settled my mood. And I think at university, 100% I could have benefited. I was doing a lot of affirmations, but not that much meditation, and I think that would have really helped. I also found that when I did a gratitude meditation in the morning, or a positive morning affirmation, literally as I was waking up, it really set me up to have a much better day than if I hadn't, and if I just scrolled through social media, which I don't do anyway. It's part of my morning routine. You guys have seen that. If you don't look for the things that you're grateful for, it's really easy to get carried away in the negatives, and that is how we have a less positive experience of life. It's when we focus on things that aren't positive and make us upset and bring us down. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed doing this challenge. I don't think it's necessary for me to meditate every day. I think a couple of times a week is definitely a healthy balance, and it's something that I would really like to take forward with me into the future, especially as life begins to pick up again and we all go back to our crazy, busy, hectic lives. lives. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please let me know if you enjoy meditating, if you've tried it, or if you'd like to try it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.